coming to you live from Scott Clark's ice fishing hut. I keep thinking that I'm getting a fish, but my minnow's just getting hooked on the ice here. I'd like to show you my northern gear. I got my ski pants on, tie up as they can go, and I'm out in the ice fishing hut. Got my line in the water. I got some sparkling wine, which maybe isn't so Canadian, but you know, it's in the cooler. I love it. It's actually really nice. Look at her. Summer bling. Excusez-moi. Anyways, I have someone fun on the show today. We have Uphar. It's right next door. It's right there. It's right there. You'll see him in a minute. But I'm very awkward right now. This is not good. I have to look cool. Coming to you soon. Anyways, Uphar and I are, we're in an ice fishing hut, and it's the first time that Uphar has ever been in an ice fishing hut. It's pretty cool. It's nice and warm in here. We got the wood stove. We got the wood here. It smells delicious in here. And it's a gorgeous day. It's beautiful and sunny outside. Super windy though. Hey, before we get into it though, we have to thank one of our major sponsors, Toyota.
It's time to Toyota at North Bay Toyota. Attention truck lovers, have you been Tundra struck? The powerful and dependable Toyota Tundra is the new definition of grit. Ask us about amazing lease deals on a 2025 Tundra Double Cap SR 4-wheel drive and experience ingenious levels of capability, technology, and refinement. Or maybe you're an SUV lover? Take advantage of a limited shipment of 2025 RAV4s and discover the perfect blend of style, comfort, and efficiency in a compact SUV that ignites your desire to explore. Right now, get excellent lease deals on the Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive and more. It's time to Toyota at North Bay Toyota, 640 McEwen, or online at northbaytoyota.com for details.
Uphar.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, where are you from?
So I'm from a region called Punjab in India. You must have seen a lot of people from North India here in Canada who have immigrated. I won't say recently because there have been a history I think the first Sikh Canadians or Punjabi Canadians landed here in 1909. So for almost 100 years, Punjabis have immigrated to Canada. But yeah, I'm from a region called Punjab. I grew up in a small town called Beas. It was located at the river Beas. So yeah, I'm from there and I love it. Yeah, and Punjab, actually what people don't know, Punjab means land of 5 rivers. So Punj means 5 and Ab means
5. Okay.
And Ab means water. So land of 5 rivers. So yeah, I'm from there.
And do you speak, is it Punjabi?
Yes.
Is that the language? Okay.
I speak 3 languages.
What else do you speak?
I speak Punjabi.
Yeah.
I speak Hindi and I speak English. So these are the 3 languages I speak. I'm hoping to learn French down the line.
Yes.
But because, of course, I'm here in Canada right now and I think it would be great to learn French as well. But yeah, these are the 3 languages I speak normally, yeah.
So where do they speak Hindi as opposed to Punjab? Is Hindi kind of a broader
That's
language?
a really great question because a lot of Canadians don't know that. Okay,
yeah.
So India is a subcontinent. So let's say what people think is that, okay, Indians look same and they're very similar, right?
Not true.
Not true. It's the difference between a North Indian and a South Indian is actually the difference between an Italian would be from a French person.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because India is one of the most diverse places on earth. Let's say it has 29 regions or states, or as you call it, provinces here.
Yeah.
It has 18 different languages. Punjabi is one of them, and Hindi is one of them. Now, Hindi is most spoken in the region, in India, but the one language actually, it's fascinating, which unites India is actually English. Because the South Indians don't speak Hindi that much, and the North Indians don't speak the South Indian languages. So English turned out to be one of those languages which is you can read it on the signs everywhere in India. So that's the one language which actually unites people of India.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hindi then, if we think about Hindi, it's kind of like we speak French here a lot in Northern Ontario. There's a lot of French, but there's many different dialects of French, right? There's the Hearst
Exactly.
French versus the Sturgeon Falls French
Yep.
versus the Kirkland Lake French. So is that kind of like, so there's Hindi, is there different even dialects of Hindi?
Oh yeah, there are
yeah,
hundreds
yeah.
of different dialects.
Wow.
So it's like not just Hindi, every language will have like different dialects. So let's say the region where I'm from, Punjab, it has 3 different dialects in Punjabi.
Yeah.
It has where I'm from is called the region of Majha. Majha is the northwest region, and Doaba is the northeast region, and the southern region is called Malwa. So there are 3 regions of Punjab, and I speak from the northwest region, northwestern dialect of Punjabi. So it changes. You're
Yeah.
completely bang on. It's something which I've seen like in cultures across and in countries across, that you can speak the same language, but the dialect changes and
Yeah.
the way people speak changes. So yeah, you're bang on about that.
I was watching on I think it was Netflix. Seema, her name is Seema. Seema from Mumbai. She goes to everybody's house. Hello.
Yeah.
Now, okay, explain this too. I got to put my fishing pole down for a second.
Sure.
Because she always comes in, and is this something that you do? Like, she'd always say, I'm Seema from Mumbai. Like, is this these prayer hands? But like, what does that signify? Like,
So this is you're correct. These are prayer hands. So let's say even like Sikhs. So Sikhs and Hindus are Sikhism and Hinduism is a different religion. But one thing which is common in both of us is that we pray like this with our hands joined.
Okay.
So it's just we actually greet each other as well like this. So if I'm meeting you, let's say for the first time, or even if you're my friend or a colleague, we say namaste or we say sat shri akal, and we will say with our hands folded.
what else did you say? You said, okay, namaste, everybody knows, because namaste
yeah.
is kind of like, been kind of put into our culture.
Sikhs say sat shri akal.
Sat Shri Akal.
Oh yes, sat shri akal.
Sat Shri Akal.
Yeah, that's what we say, and we greet each other. But one of the best things about growing up in India, and especially I grew up in a military school, and I went to the military school, and it was strict. I had to keep my hair short, and shout out to my teachers who were strict, but I loved them because they taught me a lot.
That's military.
Oh yeah, that's military.
Yeah.
And the best thing about military school was that I get to experience different cultures and because in my school there were people from South India, people from the northernmost region of India, people from my state. So I got to experience different people and how they communicate, and all of them coming together. So it was a wonderful experience there, and that's how we learned some of the common themes in India of what unites us or what's common in Indians, but also it showcases our diversity in a way which many people outside of India don't know. They think India, like my country, is this one place where all the like brown people from IT work or something along those lines.
Yeah, it's just one,
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's actually really, really diverse. You'll see. I'm really proud of the fact that in my country you can see the mountain ranges and even the Canadian like temperature, which is like goes to -40 in India, like in the Himalayas, and then you can go to the coastal regions down south,
Right.
And then you can experience, like the wonderful beaches and the beauty of like the southern states. So yeah, it's really diverse.
And isn't it cool that, you said at the military school you get to learn about different cultures and stuff. So now you're here in Canada.
Yep.
And isn't it incredible how much your mind and your heart is open when you learn about other people, right? When you learn about and vice versa. I mean, if I went to India,
Yep.
it would be, my dad actually did go to India.
Yep.
In 1972, he went with some of his high school students because he was a teacher. And they went to India, and oh my gosh, he has all these slides that he showed us of like this amazing trip. And they ended up working with Mother Teresa for a day. And
Yep.
he almost died. Like he just, oh my God, they went to this orphanage to see if they could help or, kind of volunteer for the day.
Yep.
And they knocked at the door, and the door opens, and he says he turns around, and there's Mother Teresa. And he said his knees like buckled. He was like, oh my God. But she was just one of the people. She was just like, come on in. And anyways, his experience was just transcendent, right?
Yep.
So, and now, so then he came home and kind of shared all that with us. And so growing up, I knew about this at a very, very young age, and we would watch these slides every year. And so then you learn about these different cultures. So now you're here in Canada.
Yep.
So like, what are maybe some of the differences, or like, what was, some things that are different or the same maybe?
I think in my experience, I think the people are kind of the same in a way. Of course, Indians, our culture is different, but you see the same similarities in people as well. It's just the difference of language in a way, and that's my personal experience. But I think what I love about Canada and North Bay in general is that people here are in India. The cultural difference is like people here are more nice in a way. They're more, and it could be different. Let's say if you go as a foreigner to India, people will be nice to you.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
here, because now I've been engaged in the community, especially in North Bay, I go to events and stuff, and I've been able to meet some incredible people locally here. And this is what I suggest all the new immigrants or maybe the new international students who have come in, that go out and meet the local people here. Because I think what happens is when you're not talking with each other, a lot of the times these boundaries come in, right? We sort of live in our silos, and then there are some, I think, not perspectives, but there are these
like preconceived notions, kind of, or like just or judgments, or you judge a book by its cover quickly. Yeah.
Exactly, I completely agree with that. Those preconceived notions come into their heads, and then you can be labeled or stereotyped that way. But once you go out and you talk to people in the local community, it kind of opens you up, and they realize, okay, you are just as much of a human being as I am, right? It's just you've come here maybe for a better life, or maybe you had some things back home which you had to leave the home. Nobody wants to leave home,
right?
To go to a new country and start over together. Everyone leaves.
Scary, yeah. It can be really scary.
It can be, yeah. It's really tough as well, especially when you're leaving, let's say, the people you grew up with and your friends, and you leave them. I was lucky. My friends, one of them just got married recently, and I wasn't able to attend his wedding because I was here, but he was the one, and a couple of more friends of mine came with me to the airport and with my family to drop me off.
Oh, okay.
And it was like one of the most heartwarming, but also the hardest things I've done in my life, because I remember like waving my parents goodbye and just going down the airport terminal, and I couldn't look back because I knew if I look back, I'd cry.
Yeah.
But thankfully my sister, she actually lives in California.
Oh wow!
She's actually the bride child of the family. She's the prodigy. So
oh shoot!
I'm the dark horse in the family.
Dark horse.
She's the prodigy. Aww. So she went to one of the best schools in India for engineering, and then she went to Michigan for PhD, and then now she's in University of California. She's doing a postdoc there. And my brother-in-law, bless him as well, he works in Tesla. He's a senior engineer there. So both of them are guided me a lot, because my brother-in-law is Canadian as well.
Okay.
And he actually went to Lakehead University in Thunder Bay. So he was the one who guided me a lot, and my sister, about the West in general and how to assimilate. And one of the best advices I got was try to engage with the local people as much as possible, and don't just live in your cocoon. Be open to experiences, and be humble.
Right.
I think sometimes what happens is a lot of the international students, they are sort of in their own bubble, and sometimes they get judged as well, which I understand why they get judged, but it's like they don't know. I mean, nobody gives a manual to come to Canada, and
exactly. Things, right? How do you? Yeah,
exactly. You have to figure things out on your own.
Yeah. And
sometimes I see my fellow international students, and they're sort of in their bubble in the bus, and they sometimes get depressed because they're away from family, and it could be that they have not been able to make some friends here, so it can be challenging for them as well.
Sports aren't just what we do, they're who we are. Source for Sports North Bay is your advocate, your local support system, and your biggest fan. 1321 Fisher Street has grown from a place where knowledgeable experts can help you find exactly the gear you need, to the hotbed of team uniforms, apparel and fanwear, to a community stronghold for all the things that truly matter to you and your family's sports journey. We love helping you find your first pair of skates, as much as we relish supporting local leagues, teams, and athletes. Wherever your sports journey takes you, make sure you visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street so we can help you along your way.
Did you come by yourself?
Actually, I did come by myself, but my sister's in-laws, they live in Hamilton. Shout out to them. They helped me out a lot.
Aww.
They were the first people to come here. My sister's father-in-law, he came here. He came to the airport to pick me up, and he's an amazing guy. He's a truck driver. He drives trucks for Walmart. He's a proper working class guy.
Yeah.
And what I love about him is he also really guided me. And that family, my sister's in-laws, amazing people. I could never ask for better for my sister because I'm really happy for her. And they are amazing people.
That's awesome.
And they helped me a lot because they knew that the challenges of being a new immigrant in this country.
Yeah.
And touch wood. This is wood, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, God bless them. They really helped me out here.
So, because I asked because
Yeah.
I wonder too if when you come here, if you're by yourself, it kind of maybe forces you to kind of get out into the community and into, whereas like if you maybe there's 5 or 6 international students that are all buddies from back home, and then they come and they rent an apartment together, they have a house together, they don't really have to, they can speak their language, they can have their customs, they can have their food, they can, do everything in that house and not kind of explore. So it's it's harder a little bit to kind of go out and push yourself to do that. Wherever you are, whatever city you're in,
I completely agree with that. But I was lucky in a way because I got the best roommates in the world as well.
Oh, that's good.
My roommates, like shout out to them, like Simran, Chetan, and Vishwa. The thing is, I met one of my roommates. I was texting him because we had a group chat before coming to the Nipissing students group chat. So we got along on text and we said, hey, you know what? And I think when I landed here, when I came to North Bay, there was a housing shortage as well. There was this huge housing shortage, and people. I think the housing shortage was due to people didn't realize they could rent out their basement and stuff before, and I think once the students came in, they thought, okay, this is a good way to make some side income as well. So we were just talking about buying a house and stuff, and I was so lucky that 2 of my roommates I found it through them. And like from the past 2 years, we have been together, and we speak our own language, we have fun, but what I love is, although I have my roommates as well, whom I have like proper great time with them. I have been able to make some friends who are from Canada as well, right? Who grew up in the northern community or maybe in North Bay, right? Like Ben here, for example. Like he's an a-hole, but I love him.
Ben?
And I want to tell a story about him as well.
Yes,
because,
definitely tell us.
I remember we both are big football fans. Yep.
Okay.
So we both are big football fans, and I remember when I came here, the charges are so high for streaming services and stuff. I could afford it.
Yeah.
And we both watched Premier League, and and when I told him I'm a Liverpool fan, he was kind enough to share his account with me.
You're a Liverpool fan.
Ben!
And he shared his account with me, which I use till date, right? And I pressurize him, okay, now I'm good enough to pay half of it, but he's like, no, you're not going to pay. So, but I've made some great connections, like in my the place where I work as well. I love the people who I work with, and even like locally here, like I've made some friends in university, which has been an amazing experience overall. Yes.
Do you have a favorite restaurant in North Bay?
Oh, it depends. What restaurant do you want me to say? What cuisine you want me to say? Are you looking for, like, let's say, an Indian recommendation?
Yeah.
Okay, so for Indian as well, there are some things. So there's a caveat because different Indian restaurants have different things which they do really well. Okay, so let's say one of my favorite things to drink is chai, right?
Yeah,
chai, right? The best chai in town is at Taza Donair. It's just $2. Yes.
Because Tweaks has a really good one too, but I'm not sure. What is it? House of Donair? Where's that?
No, that's Taza Donair. I think it's at McEwen, right beside the McDonald's there, and you get and you get cardamom chai from there. So for chai, I recommend the best place is Taza Donair in town.
Okay.
So if you want to eat, let's say, some good food, the best. Okay, so I'll tell you 3 different restaurants, 3 to 4 different restaurants. The best dosa in town is in Marigold Indian restaurant.
What is dosa?
A dosa is a South Indian dish, so it's fermented lentils and rice,
Oh,
and then
okay.
they spread it out, and then it has like you fill it up with potato filling, and they give you some chutney as well on the side. If you eat it, it's really delicious. And I'm a
interesting.
vegetarian as well, so I can only give you the vegetarian
Okay.
recommendations because I've never tried, meat curries and stuff.
Yeah.
So those are the recommendations I can give. And one of the best places in town, two places where I go frequent the most for food is Amritsari Bites, which is at Algonquin, and in downtown there is a restaurant called East Oak Fusion. They have some bang on Indian food there as well. And the best thing about them is that they don't hesitate on spice because
Ooh.
a lot of Indian restaurants, what they do is because they're
I couldn't do it, Uphar. I couldn't do it.
I love
I'm a wimp.
spice.
I think like Dijon mustard is hot to me. Bro, I couldn't do it. I'd be like, yeah.
You need.
But I do. I listen. But okay. Here's the
Yeah.
other thing. Like, what about curry?
Yep.
Because I do love curry.
Yep.
Because you can make curry not spicy. Like you could. It doesn't have to be
Yes.
flaming hot, right? I mean, but there's two different
Exactly.
types. Is there a lot more than two different types of curry?
Okay, so I think curry is a generalization in a way that if you can say pasta is a generalization,
This is
right?
a Canadian talking about curry.
no,
There's
it's
green
okay.
and there's ranch. That's it. That's all I know.
I think so. I mean, the cooking profile is quite similar
Okay.
in a way. The way you cook, it's very similar to cook different types of curries. A similar way you can cook different types of pastas in a way, right?
Okay.
You have to create a sauce and then you put the pasta in it.
Yeah.
But I think the best thing about, but the thing is, a lot of it depends on what kind of spices you're putting in. When those spices should go in while the cooking process, like if you and in which quantity. So let's say if you've increased the quantity of one spice and reduced the next spice, it'll change the profile of the curry. It's a science
Yeah.
of cooking basically Indian food in a way,
Yeah.
because you're marinating as well. You're cooking in that particular flavor, so that let's say if you're cooking meat, so it captures that flavor, right? Or if you're cooking vegetables, it captures the flavors of the different spices in it. And you were bang on about like curries don't need to be spicy because I never say curries are spicy. They're flavorful in a way.
Right.
So they have different flavor profiles. You can have spicy curries as well, but there are more flavorful ones as well you can try.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you should try those.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be a good
delicious.
segment. Lisa trying out
Yeah.
some spicy
Let's
food.
just go, Lisa Uphar, try out all the different like Hindu. I would love that. See, because this is the thing too.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I'm gonna go, I wouldn't even know where to begin if I went to an Indian restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say like maybe this or maybe that. Like I wouldn't know like the good,
Exactly.
like the really good ones to try, right? So it'd be
Exactly.
perfect to go with somebody who knows the dishes, who knows
Exactly.
the culture and like the different foods, and then you know what you're getting is like something just really fun
Yep.
to try.
I think one of the best things you can do in an Indian restaurant is just straight up ask the chef. What's
true.
the
Yeah.
best thing you can tell me because let's say I'm new to Indian food.
Exactly. Saying, something
Exactly.
like, I've never tried this before, so like go easy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
let's just do, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So do you think your parents are going to be watching this episode?
Oh yeah, they will be.
Because would they ever think that you were going to be sitting in an ice fishing hut
No,
on
they-
Nipissing Lake in North Bay, Ontario?
No, they didn't think. I think that's where I believe in God a lot. So that's where I thank God for giving me these experiences. And my family thanks God as well a lot. And my parents actually, they were really proud of me because I've been on 2 different podcasts for Echo. One was with Dave on Small Town Times. It was it was when I just landed in North Bay. And second one was on Essentials. And I'm really thankful to Scott and Dave for letting me be a guest on their show because at that time there was a lot of prejudice going on against international students, and I understand like the students are not perfect, sometimes mistakes can happen, but some of it was quite bigoted in a way. So I just wanted to bring that forward to the light. And I'm really, really grateful to Scott and Dave for really giving me the opportunity to talk about that. Yep.
Have you experienced any of that, Uphar, like being here, any kind of...
To be fair, I haven't personally because I think because it could be that I'm really great at speaking English in a way. So let's say I'm really good at communicating with different people.
Yeah.
So because of that strength, I think people maybe recognize that, okay, I shouldn't be, talking anything which is off or something which is bigoted to him because he might retaliate. That could be the reason why. But I'll be honest, I haven't faced anything in North Bay because it's been amazing. Like everywhere I go out, even if in the summers you go out in the lake and it's beautiful, you talk to local people here, they're awesome, right? So I haven't faced it in real life, but
Yeah.
online you see a lot of comments. You see a lot of comments which are really, which can be termed as racism. And the thing is, they hide behind bots. So
I was just going to say, people are very brave behind their screens, aren't they?
Exactly.
But they'd probably never say it to somebody's face. So
that's where I see a lot of the rhetoric.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that. I understand that there have been a recent wave of immigration here.
Yeah.
And there have been a lot of people who have came here, but they haven't come here to, let's say, they didn't come here with the mindset, oh, I'm going to go there and steal Canadians' jobs.
No,
right?
exactly.
That
Yeah,
nobody thinks like that.
No.
They just say, okay, they think, okay, maybe here I have a better opportunity for my life. Maybe if I get some experience here or go back home, I'll have a different experience which will help me grow in my particular, profession. Anyway. And it will be great. And it'll look great on my resume.
Yeah.
So.
And it's interesting because I think that, I love that you've had a great time here. And I love that, you continue to really go out and put yourself out there.
Yep.
And I would just say to people who have this prejudice or people who, are just so quick to judge, the thing is, we are all different, but we are all the same. You know what I mean? And culture is different and where you come from is different. Like if us as Canadians, if we went to India or if we went to England or if we went to, I'm sure if I went to England and I went to a tea shop and I ordered tea the way that I ordered tea in Canada, they would look at me and go, oh my God, what is she doing? You can't have the tea bag like this, or why is she putting milk in there like this, or, because everyone, but those are beautiful things. Like I love that that's different. Because if we were all doing exactly the same thing at all the same time, then it would be quite boring, wouldn't it? And it's like, I've had experiences where, actually I went to the mall to get a screen for my phone and the kiosk, was run by people. And now again, I can't say where they were from, but they, they weren't, let's say Canadian kind of a thing. They're speaking language. Maybe it was Punjabi. I'm not too sure. And it was so interesting because they were just very, quick to talk to other people. Like she would answer kind of my question, but then she'd be talking to somebody behind me. And so it was a very different experience because, for Canadians, I think, we are very in terms of service, somebody is talking to you and then the person's waiting behind you. Whereas, she got on the phone and called her family over because it started to be busy. And then they had 8 different conversations going with people. And, I left there kind of going, at first I was like, well, that was kind of she was talking to this person and I was trying to get her attention. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. When you think about these busy markets or whatever, right? It could, and again, maybe this is prejudice, but it could just be a very cultural thing where that's how they do business. That's how maybe they were, it's, I don't know.
I think it could be the reason as well, if I'm imagining myself in that scenario. So it could be that they want to get the service done as fast as possible, right?
Yeah.
So it would be if I'm speaking to, let's say, if Ben is Punjabi and I'm speaking to him in English and we are just speaking to each other in English, that delays the conversation in a way. So it could be that, okay, they are trying to, give you the service as fast as possible. So they will be okay, they'll talk to you in English and then, okay, how is this thing done? Okay, what is lacking and all that kind of stuff. So that could be the potential scenario there.
They were super multitaskers. They were awesome. It's not like I ever felt left out or whatever. They always came back, but it was just, I was watching them. It was like a kitchen. It was like a sous chef and a chef, and they were just all over the place. And they just it was awesome. It was a really cool kiosk. I loved, and they were fantastic. And it was just really cool. I think it was a family maybe, but it was really neat.
I have a question for you though.
Yes.
Which is your 3 favorite episodes for To Not Bear With Love?
Oh my gosh, my 3. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to be biased here. The one with Sal, you said,
sure.
was super fun. I love the pottery one that we just did with Zoe Caverly at the pottery shop. I think I love the on-site ones. And this one, I'll say this one, Uphar, because I love going on site is so fun, and I also loved, when we went to the cattle farm too, that was really cool. And I think there's something magical about going to a place and talking to people kind of in either their place of business or their home or, whatever they're doing, that beautiful pottery shop that we were in. I don't know, there's just an extra bit of excitement to it. And it's pretty fun. Did I just, no, oh my gosh, I thought I just got a bite. Oh my God. Okay, well,
We
Uphar,
haven't
this has been
catched anything.
awesome.
Oh, yeah,
I
this
think
has
we
been
should
awesome.
definitely do a podcast in one of these Indian restaurants. I would love it. We could maybe, if you reached out to maybe one of the restaurants and asked if they wouldn't mind a camera and some people
Sure.
coming in and we
Yeah.
could do one there, like
Yeah.
that would be really cool to test out. I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love it to use your knowledge and
Yeah.
expertise in terms of like
Sure.
trying the food. That would be great.
Yeah, I can reach out to some Indian restaurants and let's see. There are some good ones in town.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Fun. All right. Thanks, Lisa, for having me on the show.
Oh my gosh.
I never thought it would be this fun. But
Thank you. This is great. Now we get
Yeah.
to drive back with Scott and that crazy, I don't know even what it's called. It's not a skidoo. It was like he calls it an old man skidoo. What's it called? A side by side? I loved
Side by
it.
side. I loved it too. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, this is my first time on the lake, so.
Dang. Okay, guys. Well, that about does it for Uphar and I. And, well, as you can see, this guy's bored to death. See what I did there? He's dead. Poor little minnow. Why didn't you? Oh, he's still living. He's still living! Ah! You didn't catch me a fish, though. I want me some pickerel. Okay, well, this was fun. I loved talking with Uphar, and stay tuned because Uphar and I are totally gonna go get some Indian food somewhere. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to do that. And I guess maybe I'll put my line back in the water here and see if I can get myself a good old fish. Except I don't want a ling, so I'm gonna keep it above. We don't want to go like. I want to stay away from 1.5 feet from the bottom. They're gross. They're stinky. Apparently they're delicious though. I've never eaten a ling, but apparently they taste like lobster. All right, guys. Till next time. Much love, North Bay.